Welcome back. Day 46 of sand and prep. Geez, it's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would, to be honest. So literally I've found some dents and dings, so I've filled them, sanded them all back. I wanted to try and get as much sanding or filling and sanding done as I could before I put the epoxy primer on. And yeah, so I've had Lucy helping me rough up the inside, so what's it called? My brain's gone. Yeah, just basically keying up all the paint, all the primer on the inside, while I've done all the outside of the boot in the engine compartment. So that's all done. So I'm just going to show you one last walk around before I start spraying. So I've panel wiped everything, so I'm literally, everything is ready, set up, ready to spray. So I'll just show you some other bits I've done as well. Now that hole there is going to be very handy for when I spray in there, and some of these areas through here. You just don't, or you just can't anticipate how long this final sort of not sanding, but scotch padding everything takes. It's just, yeah. So we was all afternoon on it, all day today. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mission. I had forgot to put the little drill the holes for the carpet poppers, but I've done them. I have had to order a new front floor number plate. It's an F number. I've ordered that today, so by the time that comes, should be by next weekend, I'll stick that in with Tiger Seal on the floor, and then I can spray it in when I do the body colour. Yeah, got me FE number there. I didn't want to replace that one. I haven't got a choice on the floor one because it's almost gone. It's a body number. Try not to touch the car. I taped up areas where obviously I've previously sprayed or whatever. See, there's a little area there that I had to fill. It was a new wing, so I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it seemed like there was some sort of indent there. Can't really tell a lot until you get some primer on to what it actually looks like, you know, whether the welding's any good, the spot welds are any good, the panels are any good. This plate here, I did coat that with the Raptor. I then stuck it down with Tiger Seal, and then obviously I'll spray over that in this process. there's another area here that I like to fill, sand and fill, or fill and sand. Obviously everything's taped up as I need it to be. So other stuff, I might as well spray the bonnet obviously while I'm doing the epoxy primer. I've rubbed back the doors, although I wasn't going to take them right back to bare metal. They've had a good rub back with a orbital sander. Obviously when he sandblasted, he didn't want to distort the doors, so he didn't do the whole panel, which is fine. And likewise, so obviously got a boot, and then this washing line here. It's the ashtray holder, which is only pop riveted on, so I'm going to spray that out and stick that in. Obviously bonnet prop, the seam strips, and then I've got the bonnet release catch, bonnet hinges, and then the front grille. Don't know what it's called. I'll show you what the bit goes in there. So yeah, here we go. I'm not going to film spraying. I'll just once I'm done, I'll just have a walk around with you, show you what's what. So this is just going to be the epoxy primer. Debatable or not whether I then do the boot and the inside straight over the epoxy, and then tape everything up and then put the high build on the outside, and in the engine bay and on all the doors and stuff. I don't know yet. Let's see. Welcome back again. So yeah, I just said I'd bring you in once I've done all the epoxy primer. So it's yeah, it went okay. It was yeah, it went okay. Let me just show you what I did, what it looks like, and then I'll just run through what I'm going to be doing next. So yeah, let me show you around. So I managed to get good coverage everywhere, even those hard to reach areas. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's gone. There's a couple of areas I just need to sort of go over a little bit with a bit of fine feel, but generally the panel work is looking pretty good. Now we've got to go through the whole process of sanding everything back again, ready for high build primer. Obviously I've taped up all the areas that I don't want spraying. Yeah, so really pleased with how it's gone, and so I managed to get the bonnet done, both inside and out. A bit of a pain. Doors are all done inside and out, and the boot and the doors are old, or from the original car. The doors were actually new. A newer addition to the car when I sandblasted it, so I've just sort of rubbed them back. and just give them a coat over with the epoxy primer. I managed to get the bonnet prop done, the seam strips, the bonnet hinges and the bonnet catch, and that little thing that goes on the right hand side of the grille. So yeah, next thing is I have got a high build primer everything. I was going to just put paint straight on the epoxy primer in the boot, inside the car, and in the engine bay, but reading up on it, epoxy primer isn't a primer that you can just paint over. It's basically a sealing coat, if you like. So I do need to high build primer everything, so I'm gonna do the same as I did with the epoxy primer, just go over everything, maybe 2 coats in the boot, inside the car and in the engine bay, and then the outside of the car probably put 3 coats of high build on. I can always add more high build to the outside if I need to do any sort of sanding or prep when I sort of flat back, but at least the inside of the car and the boot, I'm hopeful just put 2 coats on of the high build, as long as I don't get any runs, and then rub it back, give it a key, and then get some paint on it. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get this done by the end of the month. We're now weekend number 2 in April, and time's ticking away, so I'm going to get on with the prep. I'll probably bring you back in once I've done all the prep, scotch padding and any bits of sanding I've got to do, then bring you back in once I've done the high build primer. So see you in a bit. Right, high build primer done. I'll just have a walk around with you. Really pleased with how it's come out actually. So it's always awkward getting inside the boot, but good coverage in there. So that's ready for a light sand and colour. I actually managed to spray the whole lot with no runs at all. It's actually looking more like a car again. Really pleased with how these bits have come out. Managed to get 2 coats on everything. Yeah, really pleased with that. So what's next? I've still got a high build primer on all these bits hanging here, and the 2 doors, the bonnet and the boot. I've just run out of time today, so because time, or the end of the month, is getting closer, probably going to do a couple of evenings this week just to get the doors and that done, get the inside and the boot sanded back, so I can then maybe next weekend get the boot and inside sprayed in colour. Then hopefully, where are we now? Next weekend. Yeah, I think next weekend I'll have the inside and the boot in colour, and then the weekend after I'll do a few evenings the week after that, during the week, and then hopefully the last weekend in April I should be ready to get colour on the outside. So yeah, I'm actually over the moon with that. So yeah, until the next time, thank you.